Good morning, Arizona here in the morning. And
That's
welcome.
another channel, that's not us.
And we want to welcome you to the set of Mysteries of the Superstition Mountains. We have some special information we want to share with you today. And I'm sitting here with Dave, our producer, and we have voluntarily made an agreement with Superstition Mountain Lost Dutchman Museum about some things we're going to do for the museum. It's totally voluntary. There's no money involved from them. There's no money involved from us. And Dave, why don't you tell them just a little bit about what you're doing?
We sure are. We're really excited about this. This is groundbreaking and a huge step for us. We are collaborating with the museum to make it so that when you go through the museum and see the artifacts that tell about the amazing history of the Superstition Mountains, there'll be a QR code, and you scan that QR code, and it'll give you a link to a special shortened museum cut, we call it, of the story that goes along with that artifact from the museum, which will hopefully raise your experience dramatically and give people an exposure to more mysteries of the Superstition Mountains and some of the great stories that we've done over the years. We've done well over 200 videos and had well over 20 million views. We're excited about our growth, and we're really happy to try to help the Superstition Mountain Museum grow even more and make it a great experience it deserves to be for everyone in Arizona and for those tourists that come into town.
Absolutely. And I want to add one thing. Even though we're doing this voluntarily and we're shortening stories that we already have, there is hours and hours and hours that Dave has to go through to edit all this stuff. Can you give him some idea of how long it takes to do a story?
Well, the old adage, it's real easy to talk for an hour, it's really hard to speak for 3 minutes. It goes like that. It's like you want to tell the same story in 3 minutes that you did in an hour. It's rough. It takes a lot of work. And also, I want to apologize if you haven't been seeing some brand new content and you've just been seeing the museum cuts going. Until we get those caught up, there's not going to be a lot of the new stuff. But we're not done, believe me. We got a lot more stories to tell.
All right. I'd give an example. You know, when the pandemic hurt, a lot of businesses were hurt by that, and the museum is no exception. Some businesses went completely out of business, and a lot are hurting, and many are still recovering, and the museum's still recovering. And during that period of time that I wasn't involved, from 2010 until now, we're back involved. Some information was completely lost. Now, our last little story on King Wolsey, at the end of it, you might have noticed that I mentioned that the Sharps rifle that's up there at the museum belonged to King Wolsey. But that information was lost to the museum through some changes in staff and what have you. And that's what these QR codes are going to do. You're not just going to walk up and read a little bit about something. This is a 1852 Sharps rifle. No, the QR code will give you the rest of the story and in depth, and you can shoot the picture of the QR code and read it later, or you can read it online. And the museum is also asking us to do QR codes on all 200 and some stories, where people can just take all those with them and read them as they want.
And the really cool thing is we've made the shortened versions, but we will also put a link on those shortened versions to the long version so that you can go watch the details and the full story that's there and not just the highlights,
right,
which is really amazing. And if you really get excited, then you can go to the museum, and they probably have archives and things. You can get even more information. But it's neat when you take just a rifle hanging on the wall and to take it in contest and find about King Wolsey's life and how it changed Arizona, how he was a hero pioneer, or not such a hero if you're a Native American. But you know, now that rifle comes to life with the QR code.
I'd like to add also that, you know, none of our speakers have ever accepted any money for doing what we're doing, and that includes me. I have never taken any money to do these stories. I love doing them. Our speakers love doing them. And although there is a little bit of money involved, when we go out on location and when you need new equipment, and I would love you to see this equipment that is costing Dave a small fortune. So tell us a little bit about what kind of money comes in on YouTube.
Well, you know, YouTube is one of those things. There's some months you make what I would call respectable money, but most of the time it's not that much. It doesn't even cover the cost of the monthly service fees on the editing softwares and that you use, and the internet that you have to use to upload it, and trying to keep new computers and new cameras and everything else involved in it. It's a net sum. I mean, I probably, if I wanted to be real honest, I lose money doing this, but I really don't care because I love doing this. It's something that's my passion, my excuse to hang out with Larry and the other guys. It's well worth it.
Yeah, and it's a shame we've lost so many people. It just really hurt to lose Charlie and Hank and now Clay, of all people. And just recently, we lost another long-term Dutch hunter, and used to be Attorney General of Arizona.
Yeah, Bob Corbin.
Bob Corbin. And boy, I'll tell you, it just...
Aren't you glad we have some of these stories recorded?
Absolutely.
Or that would just go away. People wouldn't even know about it.
All that stuff that Clay talked about would be lost forever. And someday it's going to be my turn.
It'll be mine too eventually, but hopefully we've left it for the next generations to enjoy the amazing adventures that happen in those mountains.
Now, we're not doing this to ask you to give us any money, but I'd sure like to say I hope you would support the museum. If you live in the area, they would like for you to come up and volunteer if you got the time. Maybe you could go on the website and maybe take out a membership. They've got all different levels of memberships. We realize that of our 20+ million viewers are from all over the world, but there's a lot of Dutch hunters that live in this area that could help out. And we're excited about one thing. We're excited about reaching our 100,000
subscribers. That's our next goal, that's for sure.
And it doesn't cost you a thing to subscribe to us, so I would greatly ask you, just if you haven't, push that button and subscribe. It doesn't cost you a thing, and we want to get to that 100,000th level because there's some kind of reward.
We want a plaque.
A plaque.
We want like a gold record on our wall.
All right.
That's all it is.
Will they give us
It's
two?
probably made out of plate. We'll buy a second one. So I'll have one. You'll have one too. And also we can do a fundraiser on the channel here, and if you want to donate, all that money will go to the museum.
Yeah, we'd like to do a fundraiser for the museum to help them recover from that pandemic and what have you.
We don't want it to be lost. It's a legacy we want to keep around for a long time. It's your legacy. It's everyone's legacy here in the area.
Oh, I'll tell you. Listen, I couldn't wait to get up in the mornings and go to work at the museum. And like I said, I haven't been involved for some time, but now I'm back involved, and I'm happy about that. And I know Dave is too. And
yeah, I volunteered. I'm going to be part of the board.
And have you? Is there anything else you can think of before we close out here today?
Nope.
All right.
So if you don't have a cell phone, I'm sorry, but most people do, and the QR codes are available. And if you don't have a cell phone, hopefully you have a computer or access to one at the library or something.
Yeah.
And you can go to Mysteries of the Superstition Mountains and see the videos that we're putting up and enjoy this legacy.
And don't leave it in the car when you get there. So thank you very much for our visit today, and we'll see you down the line.